Good morning, students. Today we'll start refraction at plane surface. So, first we'll prove formula, then we'll solve some problem on basis of that formula. So, first of all, we have taken a spherical surface. This is spherical surface. This one, and we have taken a object. Suppose it is here, object O, and this is spherical surface. So, since surface is spherical, so here it is center C. Suppose, okay. So take one light ray like this. Suppose one light ray will be like this. And this is the normal on this surface, and suppose this side medium is n1. N1 is the refractive index of this medium, and n2 is the refractive index of this medium. Medium with in right side. Okay. And so this is the incident ray, and this is angle of incidence. Because this is normal passes through the center of curvature, okay, and this is angle of incidence I. Suppose this is angle of incidence I, okay, and suppose n2 is denser than n1. So what will happen? This light ray, it will bend towards normal like this. So image forms here. And so this is the refracted ray, and this is incident ray, and this is refracted ray, and this is normal. That become angle of refraction. Suppose this is R, and this is object, this is image. So we can tell it as U. Object distance, and this is nothing but image distance V, and this is radius of curvature R. Okay. Now take it this point, take it as M, and take this point as N. So now let us see in triangle O M OMC. Let's triangle OMC. Suppose this angle is alpha, and this angle is beta, and this angle is gamma. We have taken angle, so we can say in this right angle, in this triangle OMC, alpha plus beta is equal to I. You can say it because sum of interior angle is equal to exterior angle. Okay. From this property of triangle, you can say it. Now think in triangle C here, C M I. So in triangle CMI, we can take it as gamma plus R is equal to beta. Okay. So we can say it like beta minus gamma is equal to R. Okay, take it as question 1. This is question 2. Now we'll apply we'll apply Snell's law. We'll apply Snell's law here at point M. Okay. So from Snell's law we can write N1 sin I from Snell's law. This is Snell's law we are applying here. Okay. N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. Since rays are paraxial, rays are paraxial. We have already studied about paraxial rays. What is paraxial rays? Those rays whose angle of incidence is very small, means the ray is very near to the principal axis or optical axis. They are called paraxial rays. Okay. Since rays are paraxial, all the angle of incidence, this angle of incidence I and angle of refraction R, all are small. Means I, R, all angle. If I will small, R will small. Automatically, we can say that alpha, beta, and gamma all are small. All are small. So alpha, beta, and gamma all are small angles. See, we know that from trigonometry, if angle is small, then sine theta is written as theta. Okay, tan theta written as what? Theta, and cos theta written as 1. Okay. Since angle is small, we can say that sine I is I, and sine R is approximately R. Okay. So see the equation. First equation. What is I? Alpha plus beta. We can write as N1 is equal to alpha plus beta. What is N2? And N2, what is R? See here in question 2. R is beta minus gamma. Okay. Beta minus gamma. Now, see, multiply it. Okay. Then we get N1 alpha. Okay. N1 alpha from here. Multiply N1 alpha plus N1 beta. And what is this? N2 beta minus N2 gamma. Okay. So take it this term N2 gamma this left side. So what will happen here? N1 alpha plus N2 gamma is equal to what? See, if you take this N1 beta right side, beta will be common. Beta will be common from here. So this is N2 minus N1 into beta. Okay, understood up to this point? This is very easy calculation it is. Now, see, now listen to here. Listen. So see here. What it is? This is in this triangle. We can see that tan alpha. See, what is tan alpha in this triangle? MNO triangle. See, triangle MNO. What is tan alpha? We can say that tan alpha is height is Mn, and base is NO. Okay. See, one thing is very important here. This is suppose point P. See, if alpha is very small, I is very small, then we can say that this N and P will coincide. See, if you can think yourself, if alpha is very small, this light ray will be very near to the principal axis. This is okay, principal axis. If the light ray will be very near to the principal axis, automatically alpha will be small, automatically N will coincide with P. So N and P will be just same point. Approximately we can say that. So here we can write Mn. We can say N and P is same point. So you can write PO here. And what is PO? What is PO? You can say object distance. Okay, you can say object distance. So we'll write in that formula. So now you can say what is tan beta? What is tan beta? In this triangle MNC, in this triangle MNC. See, what is triangle MNC here? MNC, right angle triangle. What is tan beta? Tan beta is Mn by C. What is Mn height? What is base? NC. Same story you can say here. N and P point is very, very near to each other. So you can say that they are coincided. So what happened? This is nothing but PC. Okay. Similarly, we can say that in triangle the M N I. What is tan gamma? What is tan gamma? Mn by Ni. See, here also you can say that Nc and Pi. Not Nc. This is not correct. This is Ni. So we can say that Mn is equal upon Pi. Okay. So see, we have got tan alpha, tan beta, tan gamma. So what is tan alpha? If alpha is small, tan alpha is alpha. Okay. Then alpha is equal to, you can say that MNO Mn upon PO. Similarly, we can also say that tan beta is approximately beta. That is nothing but Mn upon PC. Similarly, we can say that tan gamma is approximately gamma because angle are very small and gamma is nothing but Mn by Pi. So we'll put everything here. So what is this? This is N1. This is N1. What is alpha? Alpha is Mn divided by Po plus N2. What is gamma? What is gamma? You can say that gamma is Mn divided by Pi. What is beta? We can say that beta is Mn divided by Pc. So Mn is cancel out. So we can write here N1 upon Po plus N2 upon Pi N2 minus N1 upon Pc. Now think, what is PO? See, object distance U. So if you have taken this instant ray, we can say that PO is minus U. PO is minus U. We know the sign conventions. Okay. PO is minus U and Pi is image distance. That is nothing but V. And PC is radius of curvature. So what is this R? So we can say that we have the formula N2 upon V minus N1 upon U is equal to N2 minus N1 upon R. This is the formula. This is the formula we have caught in spherical refraction. So what we have here, N2 and N1, V and U. What is V? V is the image distance from the pole, we can say the optical center. Okay, what is U? U is the object distance. R is the radius of curvature. Okay. So we can write here like this. V is image distance. Image distance. U is object distance, and R is radius of curvature. One thing we can write here, N2. See, don't mug up this formula like N2 is the refractive index of image medium. No, no, not like this. See, I have a trick how to remember N2. N2 is the refractive index of medium where light ray is going. N2 is the refractive index of medium where light rays are going. N1, then what is N1? Refractive index of medium where from from where light rays are coming. Okay, so mug up this formula like this. Okay, this will help you to solve problems. Okay, see, once again we'll write formula. So we'll see the formula. What is the formula of refraction in spherical surface? N2 upon V minus N1 upon U, N2 minus N1 upon R. This is very important formula. So from this formula, we can also prove the lens formula. Okay. In next class, we'll prove lens formula.